Welcome, everyone, to the Living Oneness Gathering. I'm your host, Sue Dumais. I have no idea where we need to go today, but boy, oh boy, do I feel a lot of energy in the field. There's a lot of anxious energy, unsettled energy, mm, some restless kind of feeling energy, jittery kind of energy. Not surprising with everything that's going on as far as we're shifting gears and shifting timelines. We're still going to be feeling some of the influence of the old frequencies, the old energies. So the fact that we're in this transition, we're kind of in this in between, and it can feel a little bit mumbo jumbled and a little bit unsettling. At the same time, sometimes you might feel actually like you're flying and it feels very easy and light, and it'll come in waves. You might find that you're kind of having the ebb and flow of different energies. You might find that you're navigating it quite well. So whatever's happening for you, just trust that in a lot of ways this is purposeful, and there are ways that you can support yourself. This is one way, coming to the gathering, listening to some of the replays, going back to any of the ones that I talk about the different timelines and making that timeline choice to the new one. Anything that can calm your nervous system and integrate and regulate your nervous system is going to be helpful, because the physical body is going through a transmutation and a transfiguration. What that means is that literally your cells are changing, your mitochondria is changing, your DNA is changing, everything's changing at the deepest level. Your brain is changing, the neural pathways in your brain. There's new neural pathways being formed, so neuroplasticity is happening in the brain. Old pathways are being died off, deleted, going dormant. There's a lot going on. I don't want to go into too many details because there's a lot of visions and information I'm getting, which I can easily overwhelm people with. But just know that there's a significant change happening on so many levels, so many levels. And it's all purposeful. And at the same time, if you can trust your intuition and lead with your heart and your body will lead you if you need some kind of support, like a practitioner or some kind of body work or something like that. So if you need a peace of mind and you need to go to the doctor to get some testing to rule some stuff out, whatever you need to be at peace, to remain at peace, and to allow this process to occur. If you imagine a caterpillar changing to a butterfly, when the caterpillar's in the actual cocoon, the caterpillar's not thinking, "Oh my God, what am I doing? What's happening? What's wrong?" It's just completely surrendering to the process. And at the same time, there's an innate intelligence and knowing that all is well, that it's all purposeful. So my invitation for you is to find that knowing within your heart, not your head, within your heart, that knows that everything that's happening is purposeful. We're in a transition. It's a very sticky, weird one. It really feels, for a lot of people, it will feel like limbo. It'll feel like you're stuck in this in-between space. It's like you're not quite there, but you're not quite where you were before. You're not quite where you need to be. So it feels very odd, disorienting. At the same time, it's kind of a new orientation because you're learning a new way of being, a new way of interacting with creation. And that's exciting, but when the actual brain is still operating on a dualistic type programming, the programming of duality and linear time, it's being stretched in a way that it's never been stretched, and stretched in a way that a lot of the programming needs to be let go of, because it can't come with you into the new timeline perspective. We're shifting from linear time, which is past, present, future, at the level of the brain and physically and energetically and all together. But the brain is really going to resist because it's really conditioned to understand that this reality that it's physically seeing with the eyes and that it's experiencing with the physical, with our physicality, is based on past, present, future. This new timeline that we're shifting into and aligning with more and more is based more on non-linear, meaning just present moment. Past and future aren't going to be so held tightly. It's going to be just like just a light experience of everything happening at the same time, but it's not a feeling of, oh, that happened in the past. It's really hard for me to explain this because the brain can only comprehend linear. So I'm trying to stretch the brain, but not shut the brain down and let it dismiss and go, you know what, she's cuckoo. Let's get off the call here. She doesn't know what she's talking about. That's possible too. The ego might do that. And the ego mind is really strong. And the ego is very invested in past and future. The ego doesn't really know the now. It doesn't operate in the now. It operates in the past and the future and keep taking you out of the present moment. So our brains will actually work against us. Our ego mind will actually work against us in this transition. So that's where the resistance can come up in a lot of different ways. So as we shift into non-linear time, we're shifting more into, you could call it an experience of quantum time. It's shifting out of the investment of time and space and physicality into more space. There's an experience of time, but it's not so rigid. It's flexible, and at the same time, it's all mm, happening simultaneously. I'm speaking a little in riddles, but I need to speak in riddles because your brain can't understand it. And even my brain can't even articulate it because we're going into an experience that is intangible. So I'm trying to give you an experience, a tangible experience of something that's intangible. I'm trying to help you understand something that's incomprehensible, understand something that's ununderstandable. And I do my best to find the words and I allow the words to come through. And some of the words are going to be like click and ding, and something's going to resonate. And other words are going to be like, I don't know what she's talking about. It's like over your head. It's okay if it goes over your head. It's going to go somewhere. If it goes over your head, maybe it gets to your soul and your spirit and it lands in your heart. But I'm not trying to help you understand it fully at the level of the mind because it cannot be fully understood. Period. It is not something that the mind is going to do. It's something that the mind is going to get out of the way and allow for you to have the experience. It's not a mental process, but we need to give the mind just enough, not fully, just enough of an understanding so that it comes along for the ride just enough to allow us to get to the point where it's let go, where the mind lets go. I see some of you going, I can see all these little gears going on in your minds. It's like, let me figure this out. Please don't figure it out. Don't try. Trying is actually part of the problem. So we're here to have an experience, and the experience will bring the mind along and go beyond the mind at the same time. That's my goal today. That's my goal all the time, is to help you, to support you in having the experience you need. So whatever message you need at this time, I'm going to open up and allow those words to come through, the energy to come into the space, whatever is needed, whatever experience you need individually and whatever experience we need all collectively. It's for you and for everyone. This journey and this experience is for all of us. So as we sink in and have this experience together, I'm going to invite you to close your eyes and let go of all temptations for distractions. And as you take some deep breaths, we're just going to begin by noticing what's happening. What's happening right here, right now. And you might notice something physically. You may notice some emotions. You may notice the mind still thinking and processing. Don't change anything, just notice what is. And accept and allow everything that is to be just as it is. And if we come from that place of observation, curiosity, wonderment, we can observe what's happening. We can observe what is without judgment, without trying to fix or change it. Just be. Now, I'm going to invite you just to notice without changing it, without judging it. Notice where the strongest or most condensed aspect of your awareness is rooted. Where is the most concentrated, active part of your awareness at this moment? Are you zoomed in and activated mostly at the level of the mind? Do you feel like you're in your head looking around? So there's the spotlight of awareness where it's being pointed, and then there's what's pointing the spotlight of awareness. I want you to tune into the part of you that's pointing, looking, noticing. Now, this is still on a human level for most, so I want you to be aware of where the human in you is situated. Are you looking out from the point of view of the head? Are you looking out from the point of view of the heart? Are you zoomed out and behind the whole body looking around? Again, there's no right or wrong here. Just notice, observe. Wherever you are with your awareness, I'm going to invite everyone just to come into the head. Imagine you could bring the awareness and that spotlight of awareness into the head. And the part of you that's controlling the spotlight might not be in there. That's okay. Just bring the spotlight of awareness into the mind, into the head. And just notice being in the head. Are you on the left side, right side, center? The left side, the left brain is often very busy, full of all the tasks and analyzing and figuring things out and fixing the problems, looking for solutions. It's usually an active side of the brain. If you're feeling emotions or there's physical sensations in the body, the left brain likes to make up a story or make sense of why you feel what you feel. So the left brain is always working to make sense of things, to understand, to figure out why, to sort everything out. And the left brain will actually make up stories and fill in the gap of any kind of story that doesn't fully make sense, it'll make up a story and just fill in a gap to make something make sense. So if you're feeling anxious, the brain will make up a story of why, or try and find this reason, gather all the evidence and information it has to make up an understanding of why you feel anxious. But what if you just needed to feel the raw sensation of the anxiety? That anxious feeling is just energy. And sometimes it's ours individually, and sometimes it's the collective. But the brain doesn't discern between what's ours and what's not, what we're feeling from the outside and what we're feeling from the inside. Our personal anxiety versus collective anxiety. And then the right side of the brain is usually a little bit quieter, a little bit more spacious. That's the present moment side of the brain. And usually on that side, that's more where we're in that creative state. When we're in flow, when we're in alignment. And if you shift into the center of the brain, in between, right in the middle, where we can allow the right side of the brain, we can allow the left side of the brain, but we're not engaged or attached or invested in one or the other. We can be in the middle and actually activate the whole brain as necessary and when necessary. We can access whatever part of it we need whenever we need it. So instead of leading with the head, we're using the mind and using the head and the brain as a tool. Now we've been taught or conditioned to believe that our mind is in our head. But our mind isn't in the concentrated cells of our brain in our head. The actual mind, a level of consciousness that we could call mind, is in every cell of the body and all the spaces in between. So, in understanding that or trying that idea on, imagine you could expand out to become aware of the consciousness that we will call mind in every cell of the body and all the spaces in between. Now, the next misconception is our identification with the idea that we are a mind, or that we are our thoughts, or that we are our beliefs. You're not your thoughts. You're not your beliefs. You are not your mind. You are the awareness of the thoughts, of the beliefs, of the mind. Imagine you could zoom out and connect to that part of you that's aware of the thoughts, aware of the mind. We've been conditioned to believe that we are these bodies, human bodies, humans in this body. The body, again, is a tool. It's a vehicle for consciousness. It's a vehicle for divinity to express itself. Your divine essence or awareness or consciousness is the truth of who you are. You are not this body. You are using this body as a vehicle to be in this human life classroom. You are not your thoughts. You are not your body. You are not your mind. You are the awareness of those things. If you notice any resistance, you are not the resistance. You can honor the resistance. We can honor the body. We can honor the mind. We can honor the thoughts. We can honor the beliefs. We can honor everything in our human experience. We can honor our full humanness. But that is not the truth of who you are. Your true essence is aware of those things, is observing those things. And as we shift into the new timeline, new earth frequencies, we are aligning with our true essence more and more. And we become less invested or less attached or less imprisoned by the limitations at the level of the mind, the limitations at the level of the body. We are shifting out of the mental and the material, shifting out of the thoughts and the physical. It doesn't mean we won't have a physical body or the perception of a physical body. It means that we will recognize that the physical body is just energy organized in a way that appears to be physical. Our physical body is becoming less dense and lighter. It's what some might call the light body, but it's a bit confused because there's different versions of what we could call the light body. The body that we are moving into will become lighter. We will have our cells illuminated. There will be a light that will become brighter and brighter within us, within each cell, within all the spaces in between. The more we shift to the frequencies of new earth energies, we are going to be vibrating at a different rate. And that's going to create less density, lightness, a feeling of lightness, levitation, elevation. So we're inviting that experience now. We're inviting you to experience the parts of you that have already shifted, the parts of you that are already butterfly-like. And there's maybe still parts of you that feel a little bit caterpillar-like. Maybe there's parts of you that still feel like mush, the in-between. Embrace it all. Accept it all. Surrender to it all. I am where I am, and it's okay. We can embrace the words I am, but not in a way that it's connected to our ego. And even we could go beyond the I am that's connected to your humanness. The truth of who you are and what you are is before I am. It's beyond I am and before I am. And the further you zoom out and connect to that aspect of the essence of you, the expression of you that is observing the human expression of you. So, in other words, you could consider maybe your divine essence observing your human self. But even your divine essence is a form of self that can be traced back to source. And source is boundless, eternal. It holds all potential. All of creation comes from source. Source is pure, clear, and clean. Source has no duality. And source comes before polarity. It's at the first breath of creation that polarity begins, where we can see creation. We can witness and experience creation. This is creation experiencing creation. Source experiencing itself through creation. And the more and more consciousness you develop, the more and more concentrated your awareness becomes, so that you're focused on this human experience. Or you may zoom out and be focused on your divine experience. You maybe zoom out and focus on your soul. And your soul holds all the memories and all the experiences of all that's been and all that will ever be. And then if you zoom out even further, you might touch source. You're always connected. It's all around you and within you. But in the concentrated consciousness of the divine self and the human self that is you, the expression of divinity that is you, we may feel disconnected, but we can never, ever disconnect from our source. It's not possible. It's impossible. And our experience of source, when we finally kind of remove all of the resistance to it in the mind, or remove the resistance to feeling and sensing it in the body, or we remove the resistance of the ego and other programming and other limitations and filters and the veils we've placed in front of our eyes, the filters of forgetfulness. When we really, truly begin to remember, we'll feel and sense glimpses of truth. We'll feel the energy of touching the essence of who we are and what we are, our source, our core. You are the center of existence. You are the heart of creation. And your awareness will determine your experience. Where you place your conscious awareness will determine the experience you have. And our human experience is beautiful, it's purposeful, it's why you're here. But we're at a time now where we are meant to embrace our humanness and embody our divinity, to bridge the two, to no longer live with that wound of separation from our source, to live and breathe and experience and know our oneness, yet honor our unique expression of divinity. There will still be the experience of an individual expression of you, but you won't have the fear. You won't feel the wound of separation. You won't have the grief and the yearning and the feeling of being homesick at the level of the heart, because you'll feel whole and complete. And for some of you may already be there in this moment. As we lift the filters of forgetfulness, as we lift the illusions of the physical boundaries and the physical prison for many, the mental prison and programming, as we lift those things, all illusions fade away, and only deep truth and knowing remain. And if you're wavering, just declare, I'm willing, I'm open to experience the truth of who I am, the truth of what I am, no matter how beautiful and expansive it is. I'm willing to feel it, experience it, even if it's overwhelming, even if there's parts of me that resists. Embrace the energy of yes, thank you, yes, thank you. Yes, thank you. I'm willing and I'm open to expand beyond the limitations of my physicality, beyond the limitations of my emotionality, beyond the limitations of my mental, my energy. My perception. I'm open to my divine sight, divine vision. And even beyond vision, the experience of my essence. Imagine your essence being touched by Source, touched by God, or a pebble dropped in the center of your heart, rippling out into all aspects of your beingness, all aspects of your humanness. So that every cell remembers as a felt experience and remembers you're whole. Your love. You are the essence of peace, unity. And if resistance or fear arises, just recognize it as alert awareness. Soften the density of the fear as you shift it into more of an empowered energy of alertness, awareness. And if your mind is grasping at any time for an understanding or for a reason or for the why, the answer to the questions, the seeking, let go of the seeking. Trust that if there's anything you need to know, it'll be brought to your heart to be understood. So you let go of the trying, you let go of the efforting, and you be in the presence and experience of your essence. This is where you can be love, be peace, be harmony, be stillness. This allows us to be in the doing, to be in the movement. The being comes first. The presence of your essence is the being behind and within everything. Take some more deep breaths. Feel the physical, the mental, the emotional, the energetic, the spiritual, the ethereal, within and beyond, the perception of the boundaries of you. Feel it all blending. Softening, becoming lighter, inviting the density to be transmuted, inviting any density, discordant energy to be stirred into the heart space, stirred into your central channel, to be processed, to be honored, to be witnessed, to be transmuted. Giving permission to all the parts of you that still feel like holding on to the caterpillar. Giving permission for those parts to let go, to trust, to lean in, to surrender, to soften, to allow. To trust the process. Again, if there's anything you need to know about those parts of you, don't go geeking, don't go searching, don't go trying, don't go efforting. Fold it into your heart and trust that if you need to know, it'll be brought to the heart to be understood. It'll be revealed to be healed. And if there's nothing that's needing to know, nothing you need to understand, let the transformation occur. Let the energy shift. Let the unbalanced become balanced. Let the disharmony become harmonized. Let the fear transform to love. Let the doubt form as clarity at the level of the heart. Take some more deep breaths. Take a moment of gratitude, appreciation, and reverence. Reverence for your body, for your cells, for your human experience. Everything within and around you. All of creation. Everywhere, all together, all at once. Deep reverence and gratitude for this beautiful divine experience. And this beautiful invitation and opportunity to blend our divinity with the creation of our human life classroom. This will activate a power within you, a unifying power, something that will uplift you, unlock more of your intuitive gifts, a level of profound peace that you can never begin to measure. Tapping into a knowing that allows you to walk with such grace, profound purpose, clarity, and confidence. Everything you need will be provided precisely when you need it. Our neighborhoods and communities will feel united, will be based on a foundation of community and collaboration, connection, cooperation. A symbiotic relationship with Mother Earth and all of creation. That is what the new timeline offers. Take some more deep breaths, holding that intention in your heart. Making a conscious choice to align with the new earth energies. And in every moment, being, embodying peace, embodying love the best you know how, the best you can in that moment. And if you forget, forgive yourself, because in a holy instant, you can shift back. No need to judge, no need to get frustrated, no need for worry or concern. Just shift yourself back into alignment. Hand on your heart and choose once again. This is the feeling. This is the experience. This is my reality now. This is the reality that I choose. This is the earth I choose to be a part of. And the more and more you align, the less and less you're going to see the contrast of the old earth energies. Hold steady. Keep choosing consciously whenever possible. Don't take the bait. Don't look in the review mirror. because the review mirror of your life will not serve you. How you feel about anything, any memories, that's where you can serve. That's where you can process. But looking back, getting caught up in the past, will just keep you hooked into the old energies. Meet how you feel in the present moment. Meet the raw experience of the emotion or physical sensation. Most times now, the story is not as important as processing the emotion and the energy. Take a couple more deep breaths as you slowly bring your awareness back to your physical surroundings, holding that level of conscious awareness of your essence the best you can. Recognizing that sometimes when you come back into the experience of what feels like the physical, the mind might activate differently. You may find yourself coming back to this replay to support you in reinforcing practice. A new way of being sometimes requires some practice because the programming is very convincing. But if you're here with me and have joined this experience, that's an indication that your willingness can override your resistance. Your commitment can override and process fear and shift it, transmute it into alert awareness, into a new level of consciousness that allows you to become the divine human that you are, an evolved human. So as you feel ready, you can consider opening your eyes. Just noticing how you feel. And if there's a word or words that can capture how you're feeling, if you feel inspired to share in the chat, feel free. If that gets you into mental programming, don't go there. So it's more if you feel it at the level of the heart, then you can share. Feel the nudge from there. So I think it's Kelly wrote dreamy. Marion, I feel whole and deeply grounded. Beautiful. Yeah, I feel very centered. In the beginning, there was a lot of scattered energy I was picking up in the field. So I feel like a lot of that energy really organized itself. It went from scattered to organized, chaos to coherence, and then really centered. So I can feel this centered spiral energy in the middle. Daniela, warm, peaceful, and at home. Nice. Daria, calm and balanced. Beautiful. There's a Cheryl's more present in the moment. Beautiful. That's lovely. And Julie, I choose to live with the universal law of nature. Dharma, thank you. All right, I will read all of your experiences after as well. And if you don't feel inspired to share right now, you can share in the community, the online community. can also reply to the emails if you want to share. I'd love to hear how your experiences are, and the feedback from your experiences also support what comes in and what's needed moving forward, provides information for me to continue to be able to offer what you need in the moment that you need it. I'll just a quick announcement about your evolving intuition program. If you haven't signed up yet, it's still there's not the pre-launch special, but there's still a launch special in place. If you feel to jump in, I'm going to be doing a 2-hour workshop and walking people through discernment experiences, more discernment. So it's tangible experiences of discernment, because it's very challenging for people to really feel and sense discernment. So, and I'm also seeing that I'm going to be actually walking people through the shift from nonlinear to linear to nonlinear brain experiences. So, helping the neural pathways open up to the nonlinear experience of creation. So it's a very wild experience, not necessarily for everyone, but if you're really curious about it, I will be doing that as an offering in the Your Evolving Intuition program. So if you haven't signed up yet, be sure to sign up for that, because that will be coming up within the next month. I'm still building out that program, and the feedback so far on everything that I've placed into the program has been really rich, and with gratitude, everyone's really appreciating it. And there's still way more I'm adding. So it's probably like halfway done. So there's way more information that's coming, and it's a very experiential rich program, but very transformational at the same time. So it's not just like, here's a lesson, and then here's an experience that helps you integrate that lesson or helps you move and shift the way you need to. So it's a very unique program. And if you feel inspired, you can go to heartledliving.com, and under offerings, you'll see Your Evolving Intuition program. And I look forward to seeing you there if you're meant to be there. So, where do we go from here? The question for you in each moment this week before we meet again next Wednesday is for you to place your hand on your heart, and just ask, what now? Those two simple words will have a profound impact on your experience. Hand on your heart, what now? In the moment where you're not sure where you're meant to go, what you're meant to do, just hand on the heart and ask, what now? You're asking your heart, not your head, what now? You may get guidance as far as stillness. It may be completely silent and quiet. That means there's no action. So the no action is the guidance. So stay in that stillness, that accelerated stillness. Right now, we're in accelerated stillness. And there's real power and potential that stillness holds. There may be silence. Silence speaks volumes if you listen with your heart and listen with more of an inner ear. Silence will speak volumes. So, what now is a great tool. I invite you to use that this week. Now, the ego will come in, and the mind and the brain will eventually translate, that telephone game where you start with, okay, it's what now? And then by the time you get to the end of the telephone line, everybody's saying something different. What will happen with some of you is you'll be saying, what now? What now? And then all of a sudden you'll be like, okay, what next? Okay, what next? And that's the ego going, okay, let's focus on the next step instead of the one that's in front of you. We're going to focus on the next step. It's not about what next. That's slightly into the future. That's ego. What now is here, now, in this moment, present. That's where your heart, your spirit, your soul can guide you. Your divinity can lead you. So what now? Not what next. And hold steady. We are on track. We are doing great. We are making great progress on the cosmic level, on more of a universal and beyond level. There's a lot of beautiful shifts happening in the energy. So I feel a real on trackness. At the same time, there are some energies resisting and pushing against the progress, but we're still making progress. We're kind of beyond the tipping point now. So there's no going back, but there's still energies that are going to fight the process, and that's okay. Hold steady, stay aligned, catch yourself when you're out of alignment, gentle with yourself when you are, forgive it, come back to alignment the best you can. That's your work. Choose peace, choose love, choose compassion. Whatever word helps you, whatever tool helps you, whatever song, anything that gets you into alignment, doesn't matter what it is, standing on the earth, going for a walk, having a bath, jumping up and down, letting your dog lick your face. I don't do that because my dog has really bad breath, but no, whatever, whatever floats your boat, whatever feels good, whatever keeps you aligned, do that and do more of that. And when it doesn't work, that just means that something new is coming in. So don't judge what doesn't work. Be open to something new, something different, something fresh. All right. I love you. I see you. I honor you. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for being here. And we look forward to joining again next week on Wednesday for the Living Oneness Gathering. Love and blessings.